Hi, I'm Emerald Foyle from the Extreme Justice League in San Diego, and I grew up in the Willamette Valley, which is basically just outside of Portland in Oregon. And one of the wonderful things about my childhood was that we grew up in kind of a rural suburb area, and so we were outside a lot. From the moment that we got home from school and we got finished with our chores until it was dark, we were outside playing. We spent a lot of time outside pretending to be explorers, playing cowboys and Indians, making fake bows and arrows and shooting our brothers and sisters and cousins and, general mayhem. We also built forts and tree houses. Now, our tree houses didn't look like the tree houses you see on TV. There was no walls and balcony and railing and roof. It was just a plywood sheet nailed in between a couple of branches and with bent nails everywhere that you hope didn't snag your clothes on, because Mom would kill you if you came home with ripped pants. But we used those for places for getting away, like reading or hiding so we didn't get in trouble. Or, when we were feeling a little more mischievous, maybe dropping rotten fruit on our cousins' heads. Yeah, what can I say? Well, a little bit of a problem child here. Anyway, we also had a creek on our property, and the creek actually led to the river. So at the creek we used to catch crawdads and pick blackberries along the edges. Or we'd take the inner tube and go down to the end of the creek where it hit the river and stick the tube in the water and then go tubing all the way down until we couldn't go any farther. You had to get out and hike back. So I really, really do have an affinity for the outdoors. I love to be outside, and I know that love of the outdoors comes from my childhood. As for my reason for joining MissFit in the St. Jude Warrior Dash, my reason is twofold. The first reason that I'm joining her is because I know what it is to lose a child. When you lose a child, it's like your heart is ripped out of your chest. What was formerly the center of your universe and the place where all of your love was put isn't there anymore. And it leaves this gaping hole. And the pain is overwhelming. I would do anything to help others not have to go through that. For me personally, I found that the best way to deal with that pain was to help others. Because you only have two choices. You can wallow in the mire of your grief, or you can crawl out and you can do something with that pain. And my choice is to put the focus off of me and put it onto something else. The second reason that I'm joining is I think every child should have the chance at a carefree childhood. And if they can't have a completely carefree childhood, at least they need to be surrounded by the people who love and care for them. And those people have to be able to take all of their attention and put them on that child. These families and kids go through such a hard time, a challenge that I can't imagine. My loss was instantaneous. I didn't have to prepare. I didn't have time to prepare. It just happened. But these people are dealing with something that they watch their children day by day by day, and they don't know if they're going to make it to tomorrow. And the last thing that they need to worry about is where the money's going to come from, if they're going to be able to afford the doctor bills, or if some new breakthrough is going to come and they're going to be able to make it through. St. Jude's give these families help and hope. And I want to be a part of that, because that's more important than anything I can imagine. nailing down my hero is a little bit more challenging for me. I think that in general, I grew up in the 70s, and in the 70s, not so many heroes. It was kind of self-indulgent and disillusioning. I mean, it was what it was. When I first saw the question, and I was trying to think of an answer, and nothing came to mind. So, to quote George W. Bush, I went to the Google. And on the Google, I started looking up TV shows, heroes, not many, people of importance, men of importance, women of importance, and I came across a TV show that I used to watch sometimes at my cousin's house, and it was called The Bionic Woman. Now, I'm not bionic, and I am in no means able to run 60 miles an hour, so if anybody's expecting that from me at St. Jude's, it ain't happening. I'll be lucky if I walk the whole thing. But the premise was that she had been injured in a skydiving accident, and the injuries were so severe that they were life-threatening. And with the help of some far-out science, she was able to overcome. And she was better after that accident than she was before. And really, isn't that what this is about? I've overcome obstacles, and I want to be better. And these kids are going through these obstacles, and they want to be better. What more can I say?